Welcome to the Church Apps Podcast.
Free software, built by the church, for the church.
Quick question. If somebody wanted to understand what your church actually cares about, not your statement of faith, not your service time, but what you're thinking about right now, what you're praying about, what God's been doing in your building this month, where would they go?
And for most churches, there's no great answer to that. You've got a good website, your address, your services, your sermons. B1 makes all of that easy to set up and keep updated. But there's a layer under that. The stuff that makes someone feel like they know your church before they ever walk through the door.
That's what a blog does. It's the sermon recap somebody can send to a friend. The ministry update that actually shows up when people are searching. The baptism story that lives on your site permanently instead of disappearing 3 days into a Facebook feed. And your B1 website now has one built right in.
Plus some big news on the check-in side that a lot of churches have been waiting on. Good episode today.
Let's start with the big one. Your B1 website now has a blog.
Full built-in blog. You go into the website section in B1 Admin, and right there in the top menu, next to Pages and Blocks, there's a blog tab now. You click it, you hit Add Post, and you're writing.
And this isn't some stripped-down little text box. Walk me through what's actually in there.
So you've got your title. The web address autofills from that. It puts the post at /blog/whatever, so you don't have to think about it. Then you've got an excerpt, which is the short preview that shows on the blog listing page. Then the main content, a full rich text editor with bold, italic, links, code, and a live preview button so you can see exactly how it'll display.
Category and tags too, right? So if you're posting sermon recaps and you've got a whole series, you can organize them.
Category, tags, and author. It pulls your name automatically when you start, but you can change it to any person in your system. So if your worship leader writes a post about the song choices this week, that goes under their name. There's also a featured image, select image, pulls from your file gallery, and a draft toggle at the bottom.
So you can save it and come back.
Write it Monday. Have your lead minister review it Tuesday. Publish it Wednesday. All draft until you're ready.
And when it's live, where does it show up?
Your church blog is at /blog on your B1 site. So if your church is at demo.b1.church, your blog is at demo.b1.church/blog. Each post has its own page at /blog/the post's web address. And there's a built-in RSS feed too. So people who use podcast apps or RSS readers can actually subscribe to your church blog.
That's a sentence I didn't expect to be able to say about a free church management platform. An RSS feed for your church blog. Free.
Right. And one important thing. After you set up your blog, go into the Pages section and add a navigation link. The admin actually reminds you. It says, visitors can read your posts at /blog. Add a navigation link on the Pages screen so they can find it. So don't forget that step.
What are churches going to do with this? Like, what do you actually post?
Everything. Sermon recaps. What was the message? What's the application for the week? Ministry updates. What the youth group did on the trip. Prayer needs you want the whole congregation to know about. A story about somebody who got baptized. Something one of your kids' ministry teachers noticed in class. The kind of content that usually lives in a Facebook post that disappears. Now it's on your website, permanently, searchable, shareable.
And findable. That person who found your site and closed the tab, now there's something to read. Now they know your church cares about something. That's not a small thing.
It really isn't.
All right, let's talk about check-in, because we've got some news that a lot of churches have been asking about for a while. B1 Check-in, the kiosk app that prints labels for your kids' ministry. It's now on iPhone, iPad, and Mac.
This is big. Up until now, if your church wanted to use the kiosk app, you needed an Android device. That was the only option. And a lot of churches run on Apple. Everything. iPads at the desk, Macs in the office. They've been waiting on this.
And it's the same app. Connects to your printer. Prints your name labels and your pickup slips. All the safety features, the pickup codes, all of it now running on iOS and on Mac.
The Mac part is useful if you've got someone at a desk running at full screen. You don't have to have a tablet.
Now here's the part you'll want to pay attention to. The QR updates are a big deal. So here's the first one. Parents who are already in your system, they can now check in their kids on their phone before they even walk through the door.
So Sunday morning, they're in the car, they're pulling into the parking lot. They tap check-in on the B1 app. Their kids are checked in, and a QR code appears on their phone.
They walk up to the kiosk, show the screen, the kiosk scans the QR, and the labels print. No typing, no hunting for your number, no waiting, done.
For a family with 3 kids, that's 3 times faster. And on a busy Sunday, that's the difference between a line and no line.
And the second QR thing is for brand new guests. You go into B1 Admin, Mobile, then B1 Check-in, and there's a section at the top, QR Guest Registration. You flip the toggle, and a QR code appears right on your kiosk screen.
So a first-time family walks up. They're not in the system yet. They scan that QR with their phone, and they fill in their own info on their phone. No staff member typing for them, no handoff. They just do it themselves.
And there's a button to download that QR as a PNG. Print it on your bulletin. Put it on a sign at the entrance. First time? Scan this to check in your kids. Done before they even reach the kiosk.
The whole check-in experience got so much smoother. Returning families are faster. New guests are handled. Your volunteers can focus on the actual welcome, not the typing.
That's it. So today we covered a blog for your church website, B1 Check-in Now on Apple devices, and 2 QR updates that take the friction out of check-in for your families who are already there and for new guests walking in for the first time. And here's the try it this week. Write 1 blog post this week. It doesn't have to be long. 3 sentences. 1 thing God did in your church last Sunday. Hit publish. That's it. Because when that person comes back to your website, and some of them will, now there's something to find.
That's awesome. Go put it out there. Someone's looking for it right now.
See ya, Carrie.
See you all next time.